Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I went to my mom's house for 2 days to celebrate Mother's Day and we hung out and I just needed a little break because my goal is to make four videos per day, and it's the only thing that I do between work, the gym, sleep, and eat. And it's something that keeps my mind in a really good place, particularly with what's happening right now. So, my gang stalking operation has gone all the way up, like all the way at the gym, at work, my coworkers. It's literally full on. So, I began doing a couple of things. So, remember that we spoke about indirect manipulation, what was happening to me on Grinder and on Sniffies. Well, what I began doing is that I literally began blocking every single person who sent me a dick pic without even knowing who I was. So I made a new profile with no name, with no information on it. And I mean, who would just blindly send a picture of your dick or of your ass to a blank profile with absolutely no information? So the only thing that I did is that I sent my picture with my face on it to one person. And then as soon as I sent that to one person, I began getting so many even offers to PMP, to a blank profile. So pretty much that tells me that they were literally in real time scouting for me when I disappeared. And when they found out, then it was when I began getting all these pictures. So first, that is my confirmation that I was indeed directly manipulated into engaging in much more sex. Like I was literally getting a disturbing amount of messages, like a lot of messages. So now I know why, and I just confirmed it yesterday with that. So what I'm doing is that I'm literally now putting just my face and my name on the two hookup apps on Sniffies and Grinder, and I'm literally just blocking every single person that sends me a message. I'm not sure for how long I'm gonna do that, but that's that. Additionally, I have new insights too. So the gang stalking signal is real. It's like really real. It wasn't because my perception was turned, but the new insight is that once you have been exposed to the gang stalking signal for long enough, you are going to start perceiving movements of people as the gang stalking signal. It has that effect on you, and it also is gonna have that effect for turning signals when you're driving. So they didn't do any type of conditioning for the turn signals, but the turn signal sign is a byproduct of the gang stalking sign. So that's that. How am I handling it? I am superbly ignoring it. Like I'm just ignoring it at work. So one thing that I noticed is that gang stalkers are interrupting me continuously and consistently when I'm at work in order to make me, or to push me to make mistakes at work. So I didn't notice this until yesterday, and I had to take action in order to prevent that from happening. So what did they do? Well, first they called the store, and then they just plugged in a number. Like let's say that the phone number was 8134. They would say 81374, and then they would just plug in the number. So remember that I said it was 8134. Then I would write 81374, but then they would say that it was just 3 digits, and they would just completely deny the other number. or which is pretty much gaslighting. So, well, that was that. What how I addressed it is when they speak really fast, and what you can tell when they're trying to fumble you. So I just ask them to repeat themselves, and I make sure to make long pauses in between my words. And the times that they are actively sorry, give me a second. So I wasn't sure if I was perceiving honest mistakes as purposeful actions, but I got the confirmation yesterday. They are very, very, very purposeful actions. And what else do they do? Um, Give me 1 second. Uh, oh yeah. So whenever they tell me some information, and then they keep talking and talking when I'm trying to concentrate on finding what they ask for, and they start asking me questions. But and the first time that I was actually the day before yesterday, I really didn't understand what was happening. I had an idea, but I wasn't sure. So, but I noticed that I made like big mistakes at work, which I immediately fixed. Nothing unfixable, and that is why. So the thing is that it cuts your train of thought whenever they're interrupting you, and you start just thinking about how annoying they are, and you really lose track of what you were doing. And there's when mistakes happen. They're interrupting your process. So that happened, and how I address that is that I literally just ignore their interruption. If they ask me a question, if whatever it is that they're asking me, I literally just ignore them. And then I just answer the question that they ask me, or I tell them, hang on a second, let's do this first. And they just stay quiet because they can't say anything. Because I'm addressing it in a professional manner that is perceived well. So, well, that was that. What else? Let's see. So, I confirmed yesterday too, that they truly, really do not know what you're thinking. The entire day, yesterday, my coworkers were having the conversations, accentuating particular words, trying to have me react to a word or two. But I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't give a damn what they do. I have no time to give a shit to what gangstalkers are doing. I really, really don't. Like, I don't care. And so I really just ignore everything that they say until it is addressed at me. Like one of my coworkers, Oscar Ledesma, what he said, Evan, and then I turned around, and then I literally heard him very clearly say my name, and then he said, oh no, I meant to talk to Alexis. And it was just like, okay, it's like, I know what he's doing. They're trying to get on my nerves. What am I gonna do? And what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna, like, I do not have a smart way of getting back at that yet. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna turn around whenever I hear my name, because that is the normal thing to do. And I'm gonna just keep it that way, unless I come up with something better. What else? That's it. So at work, I'm literally trying my best to just stay calm, to ignore the gang stalking signs. So before, whenever a gang stalker would do this, and it would kind of pull my attention to that, I used to be upset. Like, it would make you upset because everyone was doing it around me. And it was just like, it was literally just breaking my train of thought. You know what I mean? Like, it made me angry. But I am really and utterly completely indifferent to the entire gang stalking operation this time. Like, I really don't care. I'm just like so over it. So it is just that I just really ignore everything that they're doing. Like, every time, everywhere I look, they do that. And something happened with my mind, because now I see the pause and then they do the sign. Like before, I just used to turn and then they do the sign, and it would kind of like surprise me. But now it is not surprising. It just doesn't surprise me anymore. Like, I expect it at every turn. So I really don't care. Like, it's something that I'm so used to by now. And this morning, I went to the gym, and literally every single person at the gym was doing the gang stalkings, and everyone. And I completely ignored it, and the gym was awfully quiet because I did a superb job at completely ignoring it. They expect you, especially when it's a surprise like that, they expect you to shake. They expect you to be surprised, to react, any type of reaction. But I just was reading a book. Guess what book I was reading again? I began to read The Battlefield of the Mind. I want to understand it more so that I can have so that I can explain it to you guys better. So yeah, that's what's going on. The entire gang stalking operation is on full blast. That's how I'm dealing with it right now. That's what I'm doing. I really don't care at this point. Like, it is just something, I'm glad it's happening so that I can document it and tell you all about it. And because it is giving me more insights and I can come up with better solutions. So right now, I really think that like the best solution to the whole thing of being online is that I'm literally just blocking everyone. I think I'm gonna do that like for months, where I am just gonna exchange messages with the people that I send messages to, not to the ones that approach me first, because they have to approach you first in order for them to be able to indirectly manipulate you, because they're sending you unsolicited photos. But yeah, so that was a strategy. There was a guy who I wanted to play with, and the first thing that he did when I said hi, he just sent me a bunch of like explicit pictures, like a bunch of them. And then this is what I told him in the message. I told him, hey, I'm trying to get out of this app. I know that we've played a couple of times, but I really don't like the time that I'm wasting on here. I would actually prefer to have you on speed dial. Would you mind giving me your number? And then he literally just said, nope, I don't do numbers. Thank you, bye. And that's it. So I blocked him. And yeah, so in conclusion, and fully confirmed, I was being psychologically attacked through the hookup websites, by being sent a lot of sexually explicit images, sexual offers, and then the person would like disappear. That would just pull me deeper into being in the app. It worked. It did work. So if you're getting gang stalked, if all of a sudden you're engaging in very destructive behavior or in something that is just not good for you, such as drugs, sex, gambling, pay attention to what is driving you into behave that manner and to behaving that way, because it will be subtle. And unless you already have previous knowledge or previous experience with indirect manipulation, you are not going to notice it, and it's gonna F you right into A. Because it did that to me. But now I'm coming back and I have a plan on how to deal with this. And my execution so far, it's been working out very nicely. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna find a way of beating this, one way or another. I'm a very creative person, and I will find one, two, or whatever ways to make them work extremely hard to try to get to me. Additionally, oh sorry, so I'm almost done. I have to continuously pull my mind back from thinking about gang stalkers. So like that's why when I was working out, I pulled a book. Whenever they were doing the gang stalking signal and it would pull my eyes, I would literally just tell to myself, it doesn't matter. I don't care about what they're doing. And then I also I also thought it's gonna linger lightly in my head, and then the memory is just gonna fade away, and I'm gonna go back to not caring and not having any negative emotion. There was a little time where I began kind of to turn away, but I know that turning away is where you pretty much confirm that their antics are being successful. So what I did is that I told myself I have to not turn away, and have to, if I feel any negative emotion, I have to feel the negative emotion, but not turn away. And it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Like there were some instances where the negative emotion wanted to pop up, but I know better. And that's when I refocused my mind. Is when I steered my mind away to the book, to the music, or to the people that were in the gym. But I literally, it was an active task of pulling my mind away from thinking about gang stalkers. It was very, very, very good though. Like it worked. It worked. I literally kept my mind free. And now that I understand the mechanics behind gang stalking, that is the solution. When I left, everyone was looking at each other. All the gang stalkers were looking at each other in disbelief. Because for the first time ever, I was able to completely and utterly ignore everything that they were doing. And it felt so good. Also, okay, well, I have to share this with you anyways. I am a little bit confused about the reality of the gang stalking sensations. I really am. Like, they actually might have something, but it's not as bad as it can be. Like, if you're sober, if you're not focusing on it, it keeps it at bay and it doesn't do anything to you. Like, I slept really good, and it was particularly strong when I was trying to go to bed, when I was trying to sleep. So it's just crazy that at the gym it was just like particularly strong, and it began to like go all around my body. And one thing is that I do know that the purpose of the gang stalking operation is to a successful gang stalking operation is equal to a person believing that they can hack your phone, that they have direct energy weapons, that there's something else. And I'm telling you this because a gang stalker that I saw when I was visiting my mom was trying to get that information out of me indirectly. So gang stalkers have a way of getting information out of you by first confessing something that they want you to confess to. For example, my friend was telling me, I feel like there is some type of, there's people hacking on my computer or whatever. I swear to God, that's why this guy was telling me, you might think that I'm crazy, but there's people hacking me. and and he didn't have the face of someone who is actually concerned. um so I just knew it was a lie, and I already know these methods of getting information out of people. And that's exactly what he was trying to do. Because also when I told him, oh, you're crazy, I told him I'm a computer technician. I bet you're crazy. There's nothing there. You're just imagining things. And then he said, and he just went like that, and he was really surprised because I have been getting stalked for many many years, and I am still very sane, and they did drive me insane for a little bit, but it was because I didn't understand it. So I am still sure that they do not have direct energy weapons, but it is incredibly, incredibly convincing. It is probably the most insane illusion. It's the one illusion that comes back. It's the only one that I still have problems understanding. Even though I already know the truth, I go back into asking myself, is it real? Do they actually have direct energy weapons? I was feeling magnetism. I was feeling all kinds of shit. And the only reason that I know that it is not actually technology is because I went to sleep and it stopped. When that was happening, I was a little scared because I thought, oh my God, they're not gonna let me go to sleep where they're gonna be using the direct energy weapons on me. But I was able to pass out. When your body is tired, it's tired. And the fact that I was able to go to sleep and I stopped feeling the sensations, it just means that it is an illusion. They have absolutely no direct energy weapons. There is no technology involved whatsoever. But the illusion of them existing is incredibly, incredibly difficult to discern from reality. Yeah. I still have a little itty bitty tiny of a doubt. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It is so convincing that I feel that there is a tiny possibility. But even though with that possibility existing, the fact that when I turn my perception of the entire direct energy weapons being sensations produced by my body, giving me my freedom and my sanity back, tells me that that is the correct answer. It is the only thing that turned the world back to how I was before I was getting gangstalked. So it has to be. There is no other. It makes no sense that they would actually have all that technology. It makes no sense. After deeply analyzing it, it just really makes no sense. But it is super damn incredibly convincing. It really is. Anyways, on my day off, or tomorrow, we're gonna continue on our next video. That's all I wanted to say for today. Wish me luck, guys. Bye.